I was having like a anxiety attack, like I didn't want to go in because of how I trained the day before. I was like, nah, I don't want to go in. I don't want to show, like, I literally don't want to go in. But I'd text Doc, like, before training. I was like, can I please come see you after training?
Welcome back to the podcast.
1, 3, 8.
Yeah, I learned a lot, bro, growing up.
Yep.
Growing up in my childhood, especially, and I've sort of like, with the help that I got and stuff, like it's made me realize that a lot of how I feel and how I perceive myself is from like that, like my upbringing and stuff too. So
Let's talk about it, Jay. Let's because obviously you've just recently put out a post. We were talking about probably a couple of weeks ago about running this podcast, or probably longer than that, but just about you being able to share your story and that, and obviously now you've just checked out a quick post, and so you've sort of let it out there around the mental battles you're struggling with at the moment, or you have been this year. But I know personally, like I've experienced that in some sort of way, and I know lots of people do, but it's very, very, I would say, rare especially for a like a man that's in your sort of position, playing professional rugby and the so-called staunch jobs, and being able to just sort of be emotional and kind of vulnerable and let people know how you're feeling inside, but it's a bit different. So should we just touch on that a wee bit?
yeah, bro, hard. Yeah, man. So like I said, bro, yeah, growing up, like my dream job was always to be like a pro rugby player.
Yeah.
Always was like, there wasn't like another plan for me, like in my sort of in my head and stuff. And then yeah, like so it all started, bro. Like I think I just started to notice it a lot in my first year, bro. I think um it was just more like, like I enjoyed it. Like I don't want it. Like I don't want it to get it. I don't want it to get twisted. Like I enjoyed, like there's always like enjoyable moments within the group and stuff. Like when you're playing with the boys, but it's sort of like, for me anyway, like I just got to the point where, yeah, it was like I was just judging myself like as a person, like based on a game, like a game
Yeah.
that I like. And I was overwhelmed by the support and stuff, bro. But something that like really stuck with me, like one of the boys said, bro, it was like that like rugby, like like it shouldn't define who I am, like as a person. And like I like that real hit home. Like you sort of like, for me, I found like I lost my identity and like in a day, like just because it's like it's such a like it's such a it's our national sport, like
Yeah.
everyone gets behind it. And yeah, I think I just lost my identity in it, bro. Stopped enjoying it, and just when I started like judging myself on it, bro, yeah, it just got real bad, because I've always been like like quite hard on myself,
Mm.
in terms of like how I play and like all that, like and then as the years gone on, I think it was like, yeah, 2018, like, yeah, it was like getting worse and worse. And I remember one meeting, bro, like, because I talked about how my coaches like sort of could attest like how hard I was on myself. So I had a meeting with Coops, bro, and this was after the Hurricanes game. We played them at Westpac. I can't remember what round it was. But yeah, because that year I'd had come back from wrist injury, and then was back in like round 5. So played there, and like to me, bro, like I felt like I played like that was my worst game of footy I'd played. And I had a meeting with Coops, like because he was just like, Sol, come see me. But I sat there like in the team room. It was just me and him. But like some of the boys, like we're roaming around in the background. And he like oh, like he just sat me down and it was like, for once, like, you know, like he was just like asking me like as a person, like, you know, like how am I doing? Like how was I doing? Like what, like, don't be so hard on yourself and stuff. Like he could tell that I was so hard on myself in that. Bro, and I like generally, bro, like we both cried. Like that's how deep it got. Like I was like, bro, and I was just like I was like, oh, for me, bro, like it blew me away that, like, because it was the second year he coached, and I think like, because he got like a lot of like scrutiny and stuff when he was coaching stuff, but like, bro, the nicest dude, man, like, really cared about his players, bro.
Yeah.
And it was the first time like I'd like for him to like for me to like, you know, like look up and see him tearing up and
Yeah.
like he crying as well, like that's why I was so like passionate about playing for him too, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's when I sort of started to like realize like, frack, man, like I'm like way like the self talk is like, for me, like was getting so bad, you know. And I read this quote, bro, and it's like who do you talk to the most like throughout a day? And it's like said like yourself.
Mm.
Bro, and like for me, like I was like, shucks, like I do that heaps, and
Yeah.
not positive, like, and bro, like the more you do that, it just like weighs you down, eh? um and then yeah, 2020 happened, and I felt like, yeah, that was all good year too, like, but I was just like, it got, yeah, like it was like I said, like slowly just chipping away, and like I lost the enjoyment, just because of all that negative self-talk, and just like I said, bro, like I got to the point, bro, like where if I'd play a bad game, like I wouldn't want to go out anywhere,
Yeah.
like wouldn't want to go out anywhere, and just hide out really until, you know, and would always get like me, like, and I know a lot of the boys are like that too, like would get real anxious about just around, and it's like part of the environment we're in though, like, you know, like grateful in like the environment we're in, but like I think people just don't understand that, like we're judged like constantly,
Mm.
like we're judged for like how much we lift in the gym, you know, like how much, like, you know, what are your skinnies, like what's your fitness levels at, like
Yeah.
all that, bro. Like I don't know, like I like praise those, or like commend those dudes that, like, you know, can do it like day in day out, um and yeah, but it's just like I reckon for me, I didn't have the tools to like deal with all that, heading into it, bro.
Do you reckon that's something people like fans and that don't see a lot of, and not many players talk about it that much? Is like, yeah, like, oh, these guys have got the best job in the world. They get to play rugby and they get paid, and what they don't see is this sort of shit, like the fact that, you know, yeah, you are in this privileged position to be able to play that sport, but it, you're pretty much living in a fishbowl. Like everyone judges you and looks at every single thing you do. You go out and be a larrikin on the piss, then you're in the paper, and it's like I saw on that Legend of Marty Banks, that page.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw this fellow comment and it just like pissed me off. So I saw him comment on he did like a profile picture. I just found it, and he did a profile picture of Hoskins,
Oh
and
yeah.
this guy commented on it. And I looked at his page, and he's like, you know, probably 40s, like a middle-aged man. Like, thought Fozzie wouldn't make the same mistake twice, and learnt from the Argentina test last year. And I like saw that, and I was just like, fuck, this shit pisses me off. And I commented back, bro. I was like, tagged them, and I was like, would love to see you get fired from a job in your first year for having an off day. 22-year-old playing on the biggest stage in the world, bro. Give the man a break. Only difference between his job and yours is the whole world critiques his office work.
Hard.
Like,
Very.
you literally, this guy, if he actually looks, like, sits back and thinks about what he's commenting about a 22-year-old boy, maybe years out of school, has a off rugby game playing for the All Blacks, and suddenly he's getting rips saying he should never play for the All Blacks again, like be fired from that job.
Very hard. I think, yeah, frick. I reckon, like, bro, you're spot on. Like, they just don't, yeah. It's like, oh, man, like I said, bro, it's like, obviously, like, the environment, like, it's a grateful position to be in, but there's just, like, yeah, like you said, bro, like, I don't think, like, we talk enough about it as well. Like,
100%.
like how much pressure there is, because like we get taught, like, like how to deal with on-field pressure,
Yeah.
like, but yes, I feel like is should be more like emphasis around um like off-field stuff too,
I think
because
you're
bro, like
also in rugby, sorry, bro, you're historically sort of taught to kind of like keep your mouth shut, like just
yeah,
don't react, don't bite, just keep it in, like don't worry about it. But like I
ex-
feel like that's almost having a negative effect on it.
yeah, because I've had like I've had to pull up my parents, bro, a few times because like of comments like people have made about me, um and like they've responded, just trying to have my back, like, just being parents.
Yeah,
But I had to just be like, oh, can you please take that down? And like, just because, I don't know, like, bro, and I feel it all the time, like, I see it all the time, bro, like with, oh, bro, a few players, bro, like they were getting ripped on, like so bad,
yeah.
like on post, especially, man, like, I don't know, man, I just feel like they just, yeah, it's like, it's that understanding, bro, of um like how much like really goes on behind the scenes, because they just see us on Saturday and be like, oh, like,
Yeah.
um and judge us on that, whereas they haven't seen like the build up to the week, like how everything's been looking and like all that too. So
It's a tough gig, bro. Like, yeah, you're in a cool position to be able to do that, but you also every player that's done it has worked very fucking hard to be there. And it's not just a walk in the park, bro. Like it's not. You think that people think that it's just a game. Like it is just a game, but it's like so much more that goes into it that you don't see. That I think people need to realize. And even if it wasn't, like you wouldn't go down and tell a like if you're working in an accounting firm, you wouldn't go down to tell some fresh new accountant that's a 21-year-old accountant that he's doing a shit job and just sit there and watch his office while he's doing his paperwork. Every time he makes a mistake, like yell at him. Like that just doesn't happen. So, but if you go like you sort of touching on it before, but around your like upbringing, that when you look back at it now, you sort of saw
yeah,
things that kind of
oh
flags, I guess.
yeah, bro, I had so like, yeah, with my yeah, like, so I had like meetings with my psychiatrist and my counseling, that's still going. um and like, like I'm grateful as for my rents and that too, but there was just like, um sometimes, um because I don't want this to come across like I'm like, um what do you call, like begging them or anything,
Yeah, I know
because
what you're saying. Yeah.
but I think especially my pops, like he was that passionate about, um like trying to give me or get me to have a better life than he did,
Yeah.
that it almost like sort of like pushed me away in a sense, like,
Yep. That's so
because
common, bro.
yeah, bro, so um like for me, like, yeah, rugby was sort of like I enjoyed it, bro, like, but I enjoyed it because it was like, like everyone, like, because I got to jam with my friends.
Yeah.
Whereas like, yeah, outside outside of like that, bro, like it was like pretty, like didn't really do much else, like, church on Sundays, school, and then, um yeah, pretty much just rugby, like, and then, yeah, bro, like I think, yeah, bro, like I, like just if I'd have a bad game, like here and there, and it wasn't all the time, like it got better as I'd like grown up, like as I was going through high school, bro. But like I think because I was so young, and like I think maybe I was like around 8, and like 8, bro. And I had like a game where I wasn't like that good, like like, but it's just still like just fun, like
Yeah.
got a bit of like got a bit of just telling in the car um, from the old man.
Bro,
It's just like,
that's I think that's so common, especially in like Polynesian families, bro. Like
yeah,
island families, bro. Like it's almost like, oh fuck, who did it? Johnny Tui, I think it was Johnny Tuivasa. He made like a reel about it, like a piss take about like
oh,
if you had this conversation in a
oh,
car after the game.
yeah, hard,
Bro,
bro.
so
Like,
common.
and it's like, yeah, like all good to like, I don't know, like it's like the joking side to it, but like I don't think there's like me personally, like that's where it all started, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, and then I started to like, so if it was sort of like seeking that approval of, like my dad, like, if
yeah,
I'd play or not. Um, yeah, bro. And I got massive love for my pops G, but it was just like for me, like, especially at that age, bro, like, it's, bro, it's just all about funny.
yeah. Well, I think it's not really anything against like your old man. It's not against any
Yeah,
parent to do that. It's because you think they don't realize like they're trying to be like do what they think's best for you. Like they think that that's going to make you succeed. Like
cool.
what they don't realize is the effect that it actually has. And I think just like it almost needs to be talked about more, which is like what we're doing right now.
Hardy, bro. Hard. So, yeah, but I've yarned to him about it, bro. Like I've yarned to him about it. Recently, bro, when I like just broke down. So this year,
Yeah.
I told him, bro, and he's like a staunch dude,
Mm.
like but I told him, bro, and like I was like, oh man, like grateful for what you did for me growing up, but like a lot of it, like coming out of my meetings and stuff and my psychiatrist stuff, like it's like all like connecting back to back then.
Yeah.
um and he was like, bro, like he was like, took a while to understand it because he's like pretty old school in terms of Samoan, and I might get bagged for this, bro, because like like Samoan, like especially like islanders and stuff, like all about respecting, like their
Yeah.
parents and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, it's for me like I was just like my way of, because like that like I didn't have a relationship like with him, like I wasn't very close to him because of that, so I was a lot closer to my mum.
Yeah.
uh, and then yeah, bro, so I opened up to him about it, and the cool thing is, bro, like so then um he started getting counseling, bro. So
Wow.
he was, yeah. So like randomly, like so I was at home, so because it hit him hard because he was like, oh shucks, like this is the first time like my son's come to me and been like,
Yeah.
oh, like we've had a real convo about it.
Yeah.
And because like and then randomly, bro, like he messaged me uh 3 weeks ago, and he goes to me, oh hey son, just finished my counseling session, because I was just checking up how he was doing. I was like, oh, are you getting counseling now? He's like, yeah. I'm just going through it and stuff, like, because he's like, yeah, just with, um, our upbringing and stuff. So, um, oh, it was cool, bro. Like, I was like, oh, for me, man, like, I was just like, what the, like,
Yeah.
my, like, um, and it was cool, bro. Like, honestly, like, that moment for me was like one of the coolest, just because, he saw it as like, oh shucks, like I need to talk to someone, and he went and did it himself. So, uh, uh
That's
yeah,
so awesome from your old man, bro.
hard, um, yeah. So, but yeah, it's not like well, it wasn't really like him because he's been asked by his brothers and that to do it before, but yeah, bro. I just that was like I appreciated that big time, and yeah, we like message every now and then to like just see how everything's going. Um, but yeah, I just yeah,
Because
support.
that'd be quite big for it's like, my mum's full Samoan too, so I understand like how that works. And for someone like in that situation, or
Yo,
it's just a Samoan dad or anyone to be able to go and do that, that's pretty and like what you were talking about before, like the respect in that,
yeah, yeah,
like it's tough because it's almost like within those sort of Polynesian communities and stuff, you're sort of taught that talking back is disrespect, or talking like, having an opinion is disrespect, which I've never agreed with. But your whole sort of growing up, like with my nana and my grandpa and stuff. And if they speak, you listen, they say it, and then you don't agree with it, you sit there and you be quiet and you don't say anything. And and I think that's got to change. And you having an opinion or talking to him about something that you don't think is right is not disrespect. That's
yo,
anything that's respect, because you're trying to tell him how you actually feel. And you're sort of, he has that much of an effect on you that should be shown as respect, because he's doing that to you, and it's actually having a big toll on you, which means that he knows how much you care about him, sort of thing.
yo, hard. Do you, Jay, like this is a question, but like, do you see that like you notice it though, like whenever you're in like a rugby team or like, and there's obviously like there's one or two that's not too like thing, but like you notice, say like the poly boys or like just don't like they're just like in their own corner, or just like they don't really have an opinion, like and don't want to step, like don't want to say something, like speak up about it, like
Yeah,
and
for sure.
stuff. So it's like, oh, bro, it's just like I think it like ties back to what you're saying before, like about the respect thing. So like it's in like, and it's embedded in you growing up that once you're in like any sort of environment, you're like, oh yeah, like just sort of yeah, go sort of thing.
It's interesting to think like that, like to think, I've always thought, yeah, the island boys just don't say anything and you'll just sort of keep to yourself and that, but didn't actually think like, oh, why would that be? Like, and is there any other stuff that you're a psychiatrist in that you've sort of gone through with them and kind of seen like where something's come from?
Yeah, bro, and then just oh, like just like the biggest one, bro, was just that negative self-talk. So she just said, um she kept asking, because bro, I was I all yeah, like I was about to call it quits, like um when I was like real down this year. Like I
Yeah,
was like, oh. But I should have picked up on how like bad it was last year, bro. Because I almost like I was about to leave rugby and try something new over in Aussie, like
yeah,
just do those like, and that's how bad it was, bro. Like I was looking into league and that, just like and like bro, like just trying to find happiness in something else where
yeah,
she was just reached out. But she said like the main thing was like just my self talk, because like a lot of the pressure, like for me anyway, was like from within, bro. So with this year, especially like after my injury, um, yeah, bro. After my injury, like I that was probably like one of my darkest times in terms of like looking back at it now. Like I was all good at the time, but I'll just go into training and do my session and get out, and then go home, game literally game all day until my boys from Christchurch jumped on, and they'd usually finish around like like 2 or 3, so it worked out. And bro, that was like what I was doing that whole time, bro. Like just and like obviously like with my dogs as well, which was sort of like I was like walking them and stuff, which was like sort of like good at the time as well. But like looking back at it now, bro, like I was like it was just a way of me masking like how depressed I really was.
you're isolating yourself, bro.
Yo, big time, big time.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, it was just that was pretty dark. But then I think it was at the back end, like so the back, like once the Midas season finished,
Yeah.
and then I was like, yep, like I'm ready to go. Started like training hard out because I knew like heading down to the Landers, like um, I didn't want to rock up and be just like undercooked and stuff, and just wanted to put my best foot forward like day one. Like I had it all in my head like day one, bro. Like you're gonna rock up and just like kill it.
Mm.
Um, and bro, it was like the first preseason, bro. Like I've ever done like the most running I've done. Like usually before that, like I can get away with like doing a couple here and there,
Yeah.
like pulling out like a good like Bronco or yo-yo.
Yeah.
I'll say Bronco because some of the boys will see it and be like, "Gee, you don't run yo-yos." But yeah, man. And then yeah, so I rocked up on day one, bro. Rocked up day one. Yeah, I ran like a 17 yo-yo. Like I was like, oh, yeah, sweet. I've never been that good at yo-yos. And then had my meeting because you had the meeting. So like it was sort of like like those catch-up meetings before season starts.
Yep.
And they just asked me what my goals were and all that, and what my values were and stuff. And then yeah, they just asked me about like my fitness and stuff, but like weren't judging me about it. They just asked me like, oh, you've got a chance tomorrow to run a Bronco, and I was like, oh yeah, sweet, like I'll kill the Bronco. And then yeah, like ended up running like a 5, and like I was gutted, bro. Like I was like, oh no. And then they were in the Chub Club, and like, bro, we're in the Chub Club. Oh, they call it the Chub Club, yeah. Those like anchors groups, so like we're in the and I was in there for a week, bro. And then ran a Bronco, yeah, after a week, bro, and all the boys got PBs. Like I got a PB, like I've never run under 450, and I ran like a 441.
Yeah. Fuck, mean.
I was stoked, bro. Like I was like, yo, we're on here. We're on.
19 seconds off in 1 week.
Oh, yo,
That
bro,
program, like, gee.
bro,
Holy.
bro. Gee, but that was
selling that Chub Club program.
Bro, it was like you weren't allowed to do any run like team stuff. It was like whenever the team was training, you were running. And it was like, bro, like you'd literally would have the con session in the morning, but that was like with the team. And then once you're out on the field, like it was like five running blocks, G. And they were, bro, and like I've done some running blocks before, but they were killer, man. It was like so we did that Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. And the Friday we ran a Bronco, and they were like, "Oh, our trainer said if you get under 5 this one, then you're out." Like to all the boys, we all hissed today. And like, do you know, usually they read out the times. They read out the time for crossing the line.
They're not telling you.
Nah. So they didn't, bro. Like we were like standing around waiting, bro, because there was like 8 of us, and standing around waiting, and he was like, "Oh, nah, none of you guys got under 5." And then after that, we did like 4 running blocks. We're like,
no.
"Oh no!" And then yeah, just come the next Monday, we ran one, and then bro, it was mean. Like seeing all the boys like getting PBs, we are just happy to be out of it.
Yeah, fuck yeah. What? So if you stay in the Chub Club, is it just a yo-yo every week until you Bronco every week?
Oh, I'd say so, bro, because that was my first time. Like, if none of us like got through, but I think like he's like, because his name's Jonesy, bro, the trainer. He's like, bro, like pretty onto it, eh? Like, I reckon, yeah. So, yeah, I reckon, bro, like if we didn't get our times, yeah, I reckon like there would be another similar week, and then you get another chance to.
Jeez, bro.
But nah, bro, I was like, yo, fittest I've ever been, and then yeah, man, and then after that, I just sort of like just started just started to when it was all like I was training well, bro. I was training well and stuff.
Yeah.
I was training well. But then like just once the games started, man, and a couple weeks before the games, like I just like really just it just started taking a toll on me. Like I was just like, oh, obviously coming back from my shoulder and stuff, and just expecting too much of myself because,
Mm.
well, I'd been out for like 6 months, like, and I'm out here like thinking, like, oh, I want to get back to my best, and because I had like run a pretty decent Bronco, like I thought, oh, like, bro, like you'll be able to, like that's an extra 2-3 touches, um, and but like I talk, I just like talked myself out of that lay, like,
Yeah.
and yeah, just started to break down slowly as the season went on, and then yeah, it wasn't, and the funny thing is, it was when I reached out for help, bro, was the week. So after the bye week, we had the Canes, and it was that week, bro. And I had a training. I think it was our first training back from bye week, and like uh, I felt that I trained like pretty bad, like, um, and it was like I sat in the car after training, bro, just like thinking, like, fuck, like what am I up to? Like I'm letting all these dudes down, and like it's like they haven't said anything to me, like it's me like thinking,
Yeah.
overthinking it, and bro, just like breaking down and stuff. And then the next day, because I went home to to Sev. I went home to Sev, bro, and I said, man, like I'm in a hole now. Like I don't know what to do. Um, and she was like, yeah, like talking to me, just, and she'd been trying to like, convince me to ask for ages because she knew that I was going in and out of it for ages. And then yeah, went into training that next day. So day two, I had gym, but you have the team meeting before training.
Yeah.
So I sat there in the car, and I was like, bro, I was having like a anxiety attack. Like I didn't want to go in because of how I trained the day before. I was like, nah, I don't want to go in. I don't want to show. Like I literally don't want to go in. But I text Doc like before training. I was like, can I please come see you after training? And he was like, yeah, all good, all good. And I was on the phone to my missus, and I was saying I don't want to go in, and she was like saying, oh, I don't think you should be going into, I don't think you should be going to train like with you like feeling like this and stuff, like in like talking like this, like because I started saying stuff like, like I don't want to be around and all that, like yeah, just like breaking down, bro, in the car, and then but like me being me, like I was like, nah, like I'm gonna go like show, like go to train with others, and yeah, and then trained, and then but like I was there, but I wasn't there. Like I was just like literally like just thinking, like, what am I gonna do? Um, and yeah, then went after to see Doc. But I sort of beat around the bush about it, like when I asked. Um, so I was like, I remember it, I was like, what are your thoughts on antidepressants? Um, and then that's when the convo started. And he was like, oh, shucks, we're like everything all good. Um, and yeah, I just started breaking down, bro, and like crying and um, saying to them like, man, like 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 I've been going in and out of this for ages, and I've just never like felt like this low. Like I'm at the point where I'm just like, nah, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And then yeah, uh, you know, he, he sussed out, a plan for me. Um, so did our PDM. She was awesome too, bro. And yeah, they treat it like, so it's like a return to play from injury,
Mm.
you know, and just like see what you can cope with, um, like as weeks go on. But that the first 2 weeks was like the hardest, and they said it would be too, like because I was away um, from the team, and like I know, yeah, like it's what gave me the anxiety too, was going in, but as well, like I'd spent like a whole preseason with these guys, and these guys are my bros, you know. And it was like it was weird, man. Like, it was buzzy. Yeah, and then yeah, I lost a lot of weight, bro. And I say this because I'm real self-conscious about like my my weight and stuff. Because growing up, like, I was bullied like for being quite skinny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was another thing the psychiatrist said. But yeah, so I was really self-conscious about being skinny. So like whenever I lose weight and stuff, and I lose it pretty easy, like in terms of like when I don't eat. So bro, I went from like being like, I was like 98 kgs, and this is in 2 weeks, and I got down to, I was like 88. Just not eating, bro. Like, I was trying to like starve myself in a sense, like, and then yeah, that first 2 weeks I went by, had that plan, like all sussed. And then after that, like, bro, and I like, big ups to my Mrs. A, like, because she works at a gym just across from the our Highlanders gym.
Yeah.
And then she just said, you know, like, oh, why don't you come like gym with me? Because she knew I was like, cause I didn't want to go gym because, like, you know, like, I was like self-conscious about what I looked like. And she's like, no, it's all right. Like, it's quiet. Like, and then, yeah, like, I think the next couple of weeks, yeah, like, I put my weight back on, like, real quick. But I got back up to like 102. And that was in like 2 weeks, bro, just from eating and like her support, man. Like, she was like, oh, bro, she was awesome, man. Like, just like, yeah, like meal prepping for me and just like, you know, just like supporting me. Like, she knew like what I was going through and stuff. And like, it wasn't easy on her, bro, like 100%. And I just like commend her for just sticking by me. And those 2 weeks, like, we're looking up to, and then just like gradually got better. Like, the more I talked with my counselor and psychiatrist, bro, and I kept catching up with my PDM, Sonia, and yeah, man, like, it was just on the up. But I just keep going. Once I was comfortable enough, and like, I, you know, had a bit of self-confidence to go back into the gym. Like, I was like, oh sweet, like, I'll start training with the boys, but gradually. Like, so I started with the injured boys, and just trained with them for 2 weeks. And then after that, the next thing to tick off was to go into a team meeting. But I had a like a panic attack, like going into like having to go into it, so I didn't go. Yo, and then yeah, bro. Shucks, sorry, G. Like, I'm just rambling, eh?
No, this is mean, bro. This is mean.
Uh,
This is what we want. What are you talking about?
and then yeah, I just went to see Sonia and told her like, I couldn't go into the team meeting. And yeah, so like they just pulled it back a bit. Just trained with the injured crew for the rest, and then yeah, like, come like 2 weeks, then I was sweet to go in. But the scariest part for me, bro, was that like going back in, and like, and I know like the boys wouldn't have like thought like anything bad of me, like, but it was just because I'd been away for so long, and you know, being a part of the team, like, I felt I let them down because I wasn't around. But um, at the same time, like, I wouldn't have been like any use in the mindset or the mind frame I was in
Yeah.
to them. So I just had to look after me. So rather than me going in, like, and explain to them like what I was going through, I just got the team doc to tell them the Friday before that Monday that I was coming in.
Yeah.
They told them, they're like, oh, Solly's going to start training back again, and he'll be like in meetings and stuff. He's going to train with the injured boys, but he just wanted to let you guys know that he's been going through depression and like parts of anxiety. And
So that whole time they didn't know when you were in that training.
yeah, so I told, because a few of the boys reached out. So I think Scuds reached out, bro. Who else? But they just said, because like the first couple of weeks, they just said, oh, it was like because I didn't want to say, like, at the time, like, I didn't want to say why, just because
Yeah.
I'm cool. And yeah, so they were just pretty much telling them that it was just like personal reasons, pretty much, like that's how I wanted it to be worded, until I was comfortable. But yeah, like, obviously, um, yeah, I like, because like Scudsborough reached out, and he was good for it, like, because he's had struggles of his own as well,
I was going
especially
to
down.
talk to you about old Scots because when I sort of went through a bit of this, like I was down in Wellington, my second year down in Wellington. That's obviously when I moved back up, moved to Hamilton, and then I was playing with you there. Um, I was like in a bit of a hole, same thing, bro. And I was living down there by myself. And Scuds like called me, bro, just one day, just randomly. Was just like, oh, bro, you want to go? Should we go get some dinner tonight? And he took me out for dinner, G, and he just sat me down. I didn't realize like what, like I thought he just wanted to go for dinner, and then he's just like shouted me dinner, bro, and he was just like, bro, what's going on? Like, or you obviously, you're not in the right headspace at the moment. I can tell.
I can tell.
Sort of talk to him about it, bro. He's good for that, eh, bro? Like, and just guys like that sort of help you sort of get out of that hole.
Yo, big time, bro. Yeah, because he kept checking in, man. Like, he just kept messaging, like, bro, like, hope you're all good. And wanted to catch up. And yeah, like, eventually, because I started training for the injured boys and stuff, like, and he was there, and he started to, because I never knew about, like, like, I never knew about his struggles, and bro, he was like vulnerable enough to, like, we're gymming, bro, and like literally sat down, um, like, in between, and he was just like yarning to me, bro, about like his journey, bro, and like, like, someone like Scuds, like, being vulnerable enough to open up to you, like, about that, like, bro, that, like, for me, like, that was awesome, eh? I'll hold that convo, like, with, like, close to my heart for the rest of my life, bro, because um just, like, I'd like, he didn't have to do that,
Yeah.
he didn't have to do that. And like, we'd only, like, sort of talked, like a few times throughout the season, but it was like, just, like, about footy and stuff, and just to have him, like, come up to me, and just have that decent yarn about.
I think what you got to realize too, bro, is this is, I guess, essentially that's what you're doing now for people. That conversation he had with you that time, and it gave you the strength to be able to talk to other people about it. That's almost like what you're doing now. Like you're kind of spreading your sort of story and being like, you don't have to do this, bro. Like, you don't have to jump on a podcast and talk to everyone about your struggles mentally. You don't have to put out a post and say why. Like, you don't know anything really, but you're doing it because someone's done it to you, I think, as well, and now you've felt like you can sort of, without even realizing it, you're helping other people sort of come through with that as well.
Yeah, I was like I was just real surprised and, like, overwhelmed, bro, with the support, like, just like the kind messages and stuff. And I, like, I literally went through and, like, replied, and, like, just like people I hadn't known, and like, I just like random people, bro, and like they like, some of them, like, opened up about their stories and their journeys, bro, and like, that was cool, man. Like, I just made sure I read them, and like, it real touched me that um like, that they felt like they could, just like, just message and tell me, like, when they don't even know me.
Yeah.
Like, I made sure, like, I obviously replied and stuff too, but like, I was just overwhelmed, especially, like, with everyone's support. But yeah,
People don't realize as well, like, as how long you've actually, this has actually been going on for like a decent while now. And like, even, me and you, we had a conversation. You messaged me the start of this year. about, obviously you were doing ambassador stuff for our business, and we kind of just talked about how you're sort of not feeling right personally. You got to sort of focus on yourself for a while, and there were a lot of people asking me like, oh, what's like, is Soul still ambassador, and on Q&As and things like that. And I just left them, and I was just like, fuck, because this is his story, and this is his sort of, he's got to give him time to sort his things out. And it's kind of, it's more powerful coming from you, and it's not sort of my story to tell. So it's good that, we finally got to the point that we can actually talk about it properly.
Yo, no, I appreciate it, bro. Because that was I remember that because that was when I was that's when I'd lost weight, bro. So I didn't want to because I'd have to take photos and stuff, and I was just
Yeah.
like just about like, and I had no confidence as well, like just with footy and stuff too. So yeah, bro, like no, I appreciate you like for, like, holding it down, man, big time.
It's all you, bro. That's mean, but it's good to see you sort of like being able to open up and kind of talk about it now. It's just it's even inspiring for us, bro. Like, because there are a lot of players, I guarantee you, that feel like this as well, but like no one will talk about it, and I think that people don't realize like it actually takes a lot of balls to just kind of actually open up and talk about this shit, because it's very uncomfortable. And like we already mentioned it before, but when you're in a kind of role that you're in within New Zealand, you're a rugby player that a lot of younger generations look up to, super professional rugby player, and to come out with your mental sort of challenges, your mental problems, struggles you're going through is very inspiring, bro. So be proud of yourself about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about is there anything else you want to talk about on that?
Bro, I just reckon, yeah, like just touch on how you said there are a lot of players, because bro, I know this like heaps, like, and I've yarned to a few like already and stuff, but I just reckon like, bro, we got to normalize it, eh? Like it can't be like such a um what do you call it, bro?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, sort of scared to talk about it. Like,
yeah, like we've got to normalize it, bro. Especially um, yeah, um, like the environment we're in, and then like not even that, just in general, like with men, bro. Like we've just got to, it's got to get to the point where it's like it's a normal conversation, and it's not like, oh shucks, like, bro, like um, yeah. I just think that, like that's where we need to get to as men, bro. Like um, just being able to just like speak up and
I think especially in New Zealand, like
bro,
it's not as bad in some places, but like I've seen stats always popping up that we have like the highest teen male suicide rate in the world. This little country of 5 million people, and we have the highest teen male suicide rate in the world. Like that's just there's something's got to be done, and people in, I guess, what would you call it? Like people in higher roles in in society where people sort of follow and look up to. Guys like yourself and guys like Artie and TJ that are now speaking about it a lot. Just kind of trying to normalize it, bro.
those guys are big for it.
Artie's big and massive about that, eh? I love the way Artie's been going about things, bro.
Same with Anton, eh? Bro,
Yeah.
he's big on like just um being more than a rugby player. Like you're more than that, like
Yeah.
it's he's someone that I try to bounce off as well, because he's obviously been there as well and opened up about it like early on too. So,
Mean. Bo, I want to touch on investing quickly.
yo,
You've got a couple is there a couple houses? Or you got one or two houses, eh?
bro. Yeah, so I've got one in Hamilton, but we're trying to buy one in here in Dunners.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But man, the market, bro, it is crazy, bro.
Is it down there as well?
Oh, bro, I think yeah, especially for what you get, man. Like, um, it's hard to find like a, like a 3 beddy 2 bathroom. Like, it's hard to find 2 bathrooms at a house, man, and like
Yeah.
some of them are quite old too. But like if you want to buy like a brand new, like a decent, like, sorry, bro, it's my dog. Yeah, bro, it's expensive, man. Because I think Hamilton. Oh, where you at the moment, bro?
Tauranga.
That's the Mount A.
Yeah, yeah, the mount. Yeah, I'm in the
Oh,
mount.
that'd be ridiculous too, then.
Yeah,
Because
Hamilton's quite good, eh?
yeah, Hamilton's not too bad, man. Like, especially for what you get, like you get a 4 beddy 2 bathroom, and I don't know, for like 7 to 8. But anywhere else, bro, like even in Dunners, man, like that'd be like you wouldn't be able to get that, man.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to like pay like be willing to pay like a mil or something. So you
We're
have
in
to
a
get
tough marketing. We're in a tough housing climate at the moment, our economic climate, bro. Like, it's pretty hard for younger people at the moment to get into stuff like the housing market and that.
yeah, hard, big time, bro. Are you looking at it at the moment?
Yeah, well, we've been looking around here for a while now, but yeah, it's just ridiculous. We've even looked at like trying to find just like bare land
Yo,
and trying to build, because like if you can pick up a steel bare land and you know a builder that you can do a good sort of deal on, and it might end up working out cheap, because it's just like ridiculous what you have to pay right now to get in some. We're actually looking like a couple things in like Auckland and that now, but that's just as bad.
that's bad. Eh? Have you looked at like prefab houses or heard about that?
Is that like a already built house or?
Yeah, so like they build the house on their site, and like because we were looking into that, bro, because it was
Yeah,
like we're gonna get like a new house and like and some land, and it's not it wasn't gonna be like as expensive. Like it was still was gonna be expensive, but not as expensive as like buying an older house sort of thing.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, Looking into that, but and it usually takes like I think it was like 6 months, but apparently, bro, like we went to it's getting a lot more like common and stuff because I know it's common overseas, but
yeah.
yeah, apparently it's getting like a lot more common here, and like the wait time and that's like getting to like 12 months and stuff. So um, we just missed the jump, eh? But it's like yo,
Yeah.
it's real common, but I think it's just slowly starting to get like a lot more common here.
I think we're getting it. Bit of a crash is coming at the moment for housing. Like, apparently it's going to come soon. So hopefully
Oh,
we'll hang around for that, bro. The prices drop for once. But Ayla's old man actually does I guess you call this sort of prefabs, like relocatable houses. They like
oh,
turn they oh long story, but pretty much busted down the demolition company, and they busted down this old school. They kept all the classrooms and they turned them into 3 bedroom or 2 bedroom houses. Um,
dang.
yeah, yeah, bro. So if you're looking around here, Jay, I'll put you in touch with them, bro, because they've got like 26 of them or something that they're going to be selling. So, and they're actually
What?
nice, bro. They're like brand new built, so they pretty much just take the structure from the classroom and
Yeah.
build it into a little 2 bedroom house, and they actually come out mean. I went over and had a look at them. So,
Bro,
good price. The only problem for that with us is banks don't lend against relocatables like properly. Like, you have to actually have the upfront money for the relocatable. And I was like, oh, I don't have 150 grand just sitting in my bank.
there, bro, hard. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I remember we looked into that as well. Yeah, and we got told about that too. And I was like, man, come on, man.
Did you when you were talking about league, bro? Did you actually talk to any clubs? Like, was there a club that approached you or?
um, oh, bro. Uh, Sorry, bro. Yeah, I'm trying to find, um, bro. Yeah, so it got pretty serious, bro. So I was there was this agent, bro. His name's Gavin Noel. He's quite a well-known agent over there. And yeah, so but I was in super season, bro. Um, but like it was all good if because I was gonna be, I think I was gonna be, I can't remember. But it was gonna be after, it would have been after super anyway. So I had a few. I was just trying to find the message, bro. But there was like 5 teams like in Sydney. They were gonna fly me out on our day off, um, just to go check them out. I think it was saying like it's like Tigers, Roosters. The Titans were keen too. Because this is when, because last year was when Trail moved, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, last year was it, and then like they seen my my the montage video that I got made, and yeah, like the agent, like he's quite known over there, just sent it through, um, bro, and like yeah, he just started saying, oh man, like these guys are keen, they'll fly you over, you can check out the facilities and stuff, but like I said, bro, like that was just me trying to find happiness like elsewhere or trying to, whereas
Yeah.
had to fix me. But like yeah, it got like yeah quite serious, bro. But after that, like when he said they were gonna fly me over on our day off and I'd get to check it out and stuff. Um yeah, I was just like, oh no, I couldn't do it. Like
Did you look at it at some point?
I reckon I would have already if I because I I watch league more than I do rugby. Do you?
Same.
Yeah, yeah. So like I like watching league. As a did you watch State of It?
Not last night, but I watched the first one. They
Oh,
pumped them again though, eh?
yeah. So
Okay.
it's ridiculous, bro. Their backline is like deadly, man.
Tommy
Like,
Turbo, bro. I reckon he's coming close to being the Bowden Barrett of rugby league at the moment.
bro, I reckon they're like overtake Teddy, like in for that one jersey.
Yeah.
He's at centre as well. And then they got Latrell on the other edge, bro. Edo Card.
Those Panthers boys, eh? They're killing it.
Gee, like how cool! Like, oh, do you know how like some people think it's arrogant, like how they celebrate stuff. But I reckon it's so cool, eh? Like
100%.
like it's like, bro, it looks like they're just playing like school footy, bro.
Having
Like just
fun.
I was like, yeah, like
Fuck yeah.
like that's why I love watching them, man. Bro, it's unreal, bro. And
I
some of their
reckon
celebrations.
the NRL, G, I reckon they're probably as close. They're coming the closest to nailing like that American kind of sports, bro. Like you know how the Americans just like they just know how to do it, bro. Like they commercialize everything, and it's just this big spectacle. I reckon the NRL is coming close to it, G. Like they're doing that sort of thing as well. You know, like the content they're pulling out is like mean, and like players are starting to do that sort of shit. I reckon it's on.
Hardy.
It's good for the game. Just like rather than just that robotic shit and our post match speeches like, oh, how do you think you went today? Oh, you just no, it was all good. Tough battle. Thanks to the ladies in the kitchen. Like fucking hell, like that same shit every week. Like
Bro, just need some personality, like the boys just to be themselves, like
yeah.
bro, some personality, man.
And you see, like everyone, like there's so many like crack up personalities in like say New Zealand rugby that like people don't see just because like because of all this stuff because everyone wants to hide like what they are in case they get backlash and it's just become this real like just bring yourself out, bro? Like it'll just be and it's so much better for the game, so much better for our kids, like our younger generations.
Very hard because there's like heaps in league, like
Yeah.
bro, like cheese, Morgan, bro, that guy is crack up, bro. Have you watched like bro? There's this so this like Hindy and do you know like Hindy and Fletch? So like
Oh
they
yeah.
yeah, and they've done they did that I think it was like a talk with two plants or something. It's like their segment, like one of their segments, bro.
Oh
And
yeah.
it was like the cheese and I think it was Nico Hines, bro. But yeah, I watch that all the time, bro. It's like good, bro. Like just some old dogs, like old leagueies, bro, and like just having a bit of banter with like the youngies coming through. Like,
Yeah.
bro,
So would you play league or what? one day?
I don't reckon, bro. Like, I don't reckon, bro. Like, I reckon, like, once I'm finished up here in NZ, just see how it goes, bro. I don't think, yeah. If I was,
Overseas at all?
what was that?
Overseas at all?
Maybe it depends if I'd be able to take my dogs. Oh, if I couldn't take my dogs, like to France or to Japan or something, and like leave was an option, then maybe I'll just have to talk to promises and sort it out. But I reckon it'd be the same, like, like, right, our dogs are like our babies, man. Yo,
Kids on the cards or what?
what's that?
Some
Oh, bro,
cards
well,
or
to, bro. That's the plan, bro. Just timing, eh? Because we just got engaged, like, yeah, end of last year.
congrats, bro. Congrats. That's unreal. Is that
Yo,
what's the plan on that?
bro, we're just trying to suss it out now, bro. Like, like timings for weddings and stuff. Like, especially with my contract running out at the end of 2023. Oh, sorry, after 2023 Super. But we might have to do it like next year, like back in next year or something. So we're just trying to sort out timings, eh? That's all it is, man. But yeah.
Can you speak Samoan, Drew?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I I can understand it heaps, and then yeah, like I can speak it like pretty well.
Yeah.
But like there's like a oh, like there's like sort of like a slangy way, and then like proper like
Yeah.
yo. But yeah, I can speak it, bro. It's cool way of saying, bro. I just found out as well, bro. This is buzzy. Like, so I had a DNA. Sorry, I'm rambling, G.
No,
But
no.
ancestry. Have you heard of ancestry, bro? And like so like you
Yeah.
send your DNA and stuff. And my test, bro. And I was telling these guys, I was like, nah, I'm 100% like, like I'm Samoan, full Samoan.
Yeah.
Bro, I came back and I was like 40% Sa, 34%, 40% Sa, and I think 40% Tongan.
What?
Yo, yeah, bro. And I was like, what? I was like, nah. I was like, nah, I'm not. I'm full Sa. And bro, like, I asked my mum, yo, G. I was like, right, hold on. But I asked my mum, bro, and because it's like all legit, because bro, and I found out I was related to like Milani and I, like third cousins, like, because he took the test too, and I like hit him up, and I was like, bro, like, what the, like, we're related. And then yeah, bro. So, bro, I was like, found out I was Tongan. So that's like something I want to like dive into next, is just trying to learn how to speak Tongan.
So you are like,
Yeah, bro. I don't know, it's legit, because I hit up my mum and I was like, do you know these guys? Like, because it shows like your matches, like, or like with DNA and stuff, like, and it had like a real like solid like first cousin match that my mum knew, and she was like, yeah, that's my cousin, because I told her too, and I was like, it says I'm Tongan, and she's like, no, you're not. And I was like, nah, it says I'm Tongan, and then yeah, that first cousin, he shared the same we call it ethnicities, like
yeah.
so he was like similar amount of Tongan and Samoan, and she was like, oh, and then she dove into it, and she said, yeah, it'll be her side, because she was adopted when she was younger.
Oh,
Yeah, man. So yeah, bro.
crazy.
Oh, crazy. I was like, yo. So that's why in my bio I've put Tongan as well, the Tongan flag. But yeah, bro, now I just want to try like learn how to speak it, and I've been hanging out with heaps of the Tongan boys too, like at the Landers, like Fituli and Shannon and stuff, but I just can't understand.
It's, my next question was All Blacks or Samoa, but now it's All Blacks.
Tonga. Nah, I'd probably, bro, like, for me, like, anything, but I'd really consider Samoa,
Yeah,
especially because they've just like got a new turnover of players. Like heaps of them are like playing. Well, not that it was bad that they weren't playing the two, but like heaps of them I know. So
yeah.
I reckon I'm keen, because I got Timmy was trying to get like me and Johnny to like join when he was around, but like yeah, I reckon like now like looking at the group, I reckon I'll be pretty keen
Did you talk
to
to them at all about those last tests?
nah, because I was still
Oh,
oh yeah, bro. So I was still thing, bro, but it's all good. Like I reckon maybe like if I could, like if I'm eligible, because like as in like if they'll let me, like because I think do you know how you have to when you sign stuff and it's you have to like say like or commit to like NZ or something. Um,
yeah.
yeah, but I think
Did you sign one of those? Is it with your super contract or?
yeah. So it's all super, but I'm sure like because I think I've heard a few of the boys like if they're not like in the frame for like All Blacks and stuff, like I'm sure like I've heard stories of like the boys just being able to like talk
Oh,
that shit.
surely, bro. There's no. That's bad. That's pretty bad for the game if they didn't.
Yo, hard. So no, it should be all good, bro. It'll be all
That'll be mean, G. I think that's the sort of like a few players like you and that is the sort of thing that those teams need. I reckon, like Samoa, Tonga, and that. Like they just need a few kind of players that are of higher sort of status that come in and playing for those teams, and I feel like it'll just be massive for the game as well and like for the country.
yo, hardy. But yeah, bro, it's all good, bro. Just hopefully. How you been though, G? All good?
All good, Jay. Yeah, all good. Dad life now, bro. So
Oh, enjoying it though? Frick, bro.
yeah, I don't know. Have you heard him at all? Like I've been hearing him crying, but I don't know if you can hear him. So hope
Oh, I can't hear him, man.
he's sweet, G. Nah, it's all good, bro. He's a little blessing, bro. He's cruisy ass. Make shit's like definitely harder. Um,
Yeah.
last night was terrible, bro. But he's usually mean, G. He's usually mean, and like you just wouldn't like. It's like things harder, but you wouldn't change it. Like it's a blessing. That's why I asked, bro, because I can just imagine you, G, being a papa, bro. Straight up, like, and
Yeah,
you'll love it, bro.
frick, man. That's the goal, man. But it's like, cause how old is he now?
7 months. Oh, 7 months today, bro. Yeah.
Oh, straight.
Yeah, bro. Happens quick, man. It's just like that. You just don't even realize, like you just get caught up on it a bit, and sort of happens really fast. Like, fuck, he's past halfway to one, bro. Like, I'm just like, shit. So,
Oh, hey, bro.
yeah, that's good though, bro. That's good. I'm loving it, man. I got some questions here, bro, for you. You on the Q&A. Heaps about obviously about your post and what we've just already talked about.
Yeah.
So a lot of it I think would have already been answered. Um, what was the hardest thing about not playing most of the 2021 super season?
I think, uh, just like not being able to run out with the team we had, because we had like I know people like looked at us like and didn't think much of us, but bro, like man, like our team was harassing,
Yeah.
uh, and I didn't get to I get to run out with him as much as probably my biggest thing about it, because heaps of young guns, they had killer seasons too. So yeah, I just wish I was out there with them,
Oh, Scotty Gregory got in there properly, yeah.
bro. And oh man, I was so happy for him, bro.
Yeah.
Like seriously, like and got like played some mean games too.
Yeah.
And at 12 as well. So um yeah, I was happy for him, bro. He's
How
been
how tough was it typing out your story on your struggles with mental health? Thanks for sharing. It really helped me.
um oh, it was random, man. Like not random. Like I woke up on what was it, Friday morning, bro. I woke up early. It was like 5. but because and my missus is like sort of like, I think I woke her up, but I was just like typing away like in my notes, like about my journey, just like reflecting. And I think what triggered it, bro, was one of my boys like messaged at like 12 in the morning to like, because we have like, it's just three of us, just like this little group chat. And did you see that post about Johnny Tuvasa put up about the numbers about like business, personal health, and what was the other one? So oh, and sorry, mental well-being. So he posted that in the group chat, but it was like I'd never like sort of he never sort of like would post anything like that, like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, so for me, like it was sort of more like, oh shucks, like one of the bros like all good.
Yeah.
It was at night, and then I was like, bro, I just woke up at 5, and I was like, man, reflecting, wrote it out, and thought, nah, bro, just do it, man. Like, it is what it is. Like if you can help like one person, like that's fine. And I just wanted to like just be honest about like why I was out. Like I was sick of reading, and it was my words, like personal reasons. Like I was like, stop hiding from it. Like it's like it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's mean, G. Your thoughts on Southland Club Rugby? Surely you rate the Pirate with supporters.
Yo,
Copying a bit of.
it's all good, bro. Bro, these guys, nah, it was all good. Bro, the bro. Have you played with Charles? It was my first time playing with him, G.
No, I haven't played with him. No, I don't think.
Oh man,
True, first time ever.
Oh well, I played the sevens with him, but yeah, first time playing 15s, and
Weird.
it's, you know, like yeah, he was on skis. Well, like obviously we lost, but it was just mean to like get to play with him, and hopefully get to do it with Stags too. But yeah, bro, that were a pretty good team. Our old Pirates, bro, just hearty.
Yeah.
Like and their backline wasn't too bad. But yeah, bro, no, not bad. Just running around in the swamp all day. Grateful.
Thoughts on your time with Northland? Would you ever return there?
Bro, I love my time in Northland. Some of my like grab this year's up there, bro. And like just good dudes too. It's just I don't think I could return though. I always get asked that, like, but like I'm always grateful because they were the ones that gave me the breakthrough, or the chance to, to give it a crack.
Yeah.
I don't think I could. They got rivers anyway, so they're all good.
Oh, he just went back up there, eh? What are your plans then? Do you reckon you'll stay down there? Stags.
Next year?
Yeah, are you signed? What are you signed 2 years?
No, I'm signed 1, but I don't think I'm not sure if because I don't know like what the go is around if you can play mitre or like if you have to play miters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I especially like with my contract finishing in 23. I don't know, man. Like we haven't even thought that far ahead. Like I'll sort of have like chats here and there, but like yeah, I'm just trying to suss through that now. Actually, like if there is like if you do like have to commit to a club, or if you can just like sign. I've heard like something about dollar contracts or something where
Oh,
like, yo, so I don't know.
the $1, the $1 PUD or the
No, the actual $1. Gee, yeah.
your whole life on the $1 PUD. $1 PUD.
Yeah.
How do same sort of questions, and there's a lot like just like not a question. Thank you for being brave. Enough of us hide behind a front. Young King, thank you. Heaps of those. This is sort of similar as well. What made him finally speak up about his off-field issues?
Oh, yeah, bro.
sort
just
of stuff, eh?
hard, like, just wanting to just be real because my missus mum does youth work with kids and stuff.
Yeah.
So I see that, and like I reckon post rugby, like I reckon like that's something like I would want to do, like in terms of like just helping our youth or our troubled youth, you know.
Yeah.
That's like one of my boys doing it now, and I reckon it's like he talks about it like, bro, and it's like obviously it would be hard, but just like getting that fulfillment from being able to help someone out,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Your dream team to play for?
Like what club team?
I reckon just any team, bro. Yeah, any team to play for, your dream team.
Oh, bro. What is? I'll have to, no, I don't know, bro. Oh, I can play for a league team, eh?
Yep.
I can't choose a rugby team. Yeah. Oh, bro, if I could choose a league, I would probably like the. Oh, right now, bro, probably Panthers, oh, skis. I got their jersey. Gee, I got their jersey too, bro. Do you know there's that shop in Hamilton? You get like the vintage jerseys,
All
bro.
right.
And I just happened to pick them up in 2017 or 18, but they weren't that good then. And now I'm wearing it around and like
Oh, of
years later.
course you are, bandwagon.
Bro, half for two.
I can imagine you in there with them too. You and Luai. Like.
Bro, those guys are characters, eh? Look at mean watching, man.
Yeah, they're mean. Who was last ones? Who was better growing up, you or your brother?
My brother, bro, because he always played like 2 to 3 grades up.
Really?
He made first team when he was year 11. But he was like, bro, he was probably my size now at bro, like or obviously like a little smaller at like under 13s. And I'll post the pic. I'll post the pic later, and it's like this giant bro is like under 13s, like and like kids are like small as, and I'm like, bro, who's this dude? And I'll post the pic later, G. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
But he's
tag
definitely
me
better.
some.
Yeah, Hardy.
Um, sweet, that's us, brother. Just thanks for jumping on, G. Thanks for sort of sharing, talking about your story in that. Like yeah, I've already told you, and you already know, bro. It's inspirational, and it's good. It's good that boys are finally sort of opening up about this sort of thing, and yeah, just thank you, bro. And if there's anything you want to sort of finish with.
No, I just appreciate. Yeah, thanks for having me on, bro, and I just appreciate all the messages that have been coming through, and the comments too. Just checking in on me and stuff. Like I'm all good, and on the men, but I just didn't really get to thank everyone. But it's just like yeah, we've just got to normalize it, eh?
Yep.
I reckon. It's just, I was talking about it, bro. And, yeah,
That's
more
us, G.
people speak up about it. But shout outs, appreciate it, eh?
Bye, my G.
All right.